Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Dragon's Kingdom by Scorching Kami. This is the really big, amazing, sort of Game of Thrones inspired dragon mod that a lot of us have seen before. I mentioned Game of Thrones because it's what a lot of people associate it to, even though it is Kami's original own creature, the Zaldrir dragon. And this is that beautiful dragon, the big wyvern, that's got the really awesome flight mechanics. Kami has been very, very hard at work ever since the first two videos. Yeah, I think 2 videos a while ago actually. And bless her, she has been absolutely amazing and has provided me a list with not just the latest update, the brand new taming mechanics a lot of us have been waiting for, but also everything that has changed since the last video. Kami is an absolute star and I'm so grateful for that. So, first things first, we need to find ourselves a wild Zaldrir dragon. We can now tame any quality, any age. So I'm essentially looking just for the first one that I find. Whether it is, a young one or an adult one. I think I just found a juvenile over there. Hold on a second. Oh, yep, here we go. Oh, there's a couple. Ooh. So we have a level 5 juvenile over there. And we have a level 15 adult over there. We've got a couple of Rexes down there scaring me. So, if you guys remember, previously, the way they used to tame Zaldrir dragons was by looking for one of the oldest ones, the tier 5s, and you'd knock it out and you'd have a chance to get an egg from their inventory. And then you'd hatch up a juvenile, the youngest variant, the tier 1, and you would bond with it and kind of upgrade it over time by killing alphas. Now, you can tame any quality one. Oh, it's stuck in a rock there. Now you can tame any quality one, though of course taming the higher level ones is a harder and harder task. First things first, I need to wait for this guy to lie down and go to sleep. And I've got no idea how long that's going to take because both of these are just chilling and looking amazing. It's a level 5 juvenile, that's probably like the easiest possible thing I can try get, which I'm kind of tempted for the sake of demonstration. Or maybe we can go over like the slightly harder adult one over here. I guess we'll keep an eye on both and just see whichever one falls asleep first. Hopefully it shouldn't take too long. Okay, so the good news is I found a sleeping dragon. The bad news is I couldn't deal with the oh, it's another one. I couldn't deal with how bad everything was going on the volcanic island. The dragon is awake, feed it to initiate the tame. That I shall. Yeah, on the volcanic island, I was following an adult dragon that kept on flying into an Evo Giga, a regular Karcher, a Desolate Titan, and an Alpha Tyrannosaurus, so didn't really feel like dealing with that. But we're here now, in the Arctic, a little bit safer over here. And so, basically, I've initiated a tame, it was awake, it's accepted me, I've initiated a tame, I've given it some raw mutton. Now, I need to give it live bait. I need to feed this guy some sheep. And what I do to do that is I will present the sheep in front of it and take a step back because it will breathe fire on the sheep and kill it. Make sure it's set to passive, and it will consume it afterwards. 6.1% taming from that one singular sheep. Sacrificial snack. Yeah, so, ooh, it's green fire. That's a colour region, by the way. Right, cool. So, yeah, that fire will damage you, by the way, if you're not careful. Oh, dragon's been fed. Oh, did it just accept that one? Hold on. Is it about to take that one? Oh, God. Oh, it sure did. Okay, it's a pretty big range, but thankfully I was out of range to get attacked by the fire. That time, 8.4%. And that's absolutely typical. That's not what I want to deal with. It's kind of attacking me. And the sheep is attacking the Khan, but it got sacrificed anyway. Okay, just as well then. So you will need multiple sheep for this, but thankfully it does actually matter. If you level it into health, the more health the sheep has, the more effective the taming is. And that should have hopefully given it a bigger chunk. Not quite. If we try again, here we go. So this one should hopefully be a bit more effective. Go ahead and dismount. Yeah, that was much better. I think that was 17% taming in that one health leveled sheep. So now we're at 30% taming in total. Now, obviously, I am cheating. I am summoning a sheep in. I fully recognize that. I think that if you plan to do this properly... Oh, it's very encumbered. If you want to do this properly, you should prepare a actual, you know, good set of sheep. Because you need to get a mutton anyway, right? And who doesn't have mutton farms? So to do that, just try and get some decent health sheep, or at least leave a couple of breeders active and sacrifice them so you can level health into them and use it for this. Either way though, as you can see, it is quite a simple process. Of course, the higher level or the greater age the dragon, the more it's going to require all of this. And 49.3, so close. But yeah, thankfully no cooldown in between either, or at least very minimal cooldown. There we go, 52%. It's gonna enjoy that final sacrifice. It's doing a bit more of an animation for this one. Ooh. Oh god, mind the fire. So now it's at 52%, so past 50, I can now ride the dragon and initiate the second part of the taming process. Now, before we get started, I just want to quickly mention, so as you can see I can now ride it. Whenever you begin initiating taming with one of these dragons of any age, there is a 2% chance that it will bow its head like it is currently right now, and it will allow you to immediately ride it, skip the whole sheep phase, but starting at 0%, and immediately instigate phase 2 of the taming. It will choose you. So like I said, 2% chance is once per dragon per player. Now, I didn't get that 2% chance, so I had to do the whole sheep method. That's really cool. But essentially what that means is that if you and your tribe mates want to try and tame the same dragon, if you all take turns, maybe it will refuse you, but it might then choose one of your friends instead. Or vice versa, it might reject your friends, but it might choose you, and you can skip that entire process and go straight to the culture taming methods. Oh my goodness, it's been a while since I've used a Zaldrir dragon. I've forgotten just how lovely these guys are. Oh, it's fantastic. Right then, so culture taming methods. Basically, just gotta kill big things. The bigger the better, the higher level, the higher creature the better. But I do have to be careful though, because if my Zaldrir dragon reaches 25% health, I will start to lose bonding strength and it'll start to get very unhappy. So in other words, you know, be careful, don't just face tank it, actually do it properly. But as you can see, I got 1.7% taming from that, not really a great amount, but then again, it is just a mammoth. And I do see that flashing green effect. That is a bug. I will reboot my game as soon as I finish taming this dragon. But I am now just going to fly around, probably just set fire to a couple of things, and otherwise kill things the old-fashioned way. Oh, that's a T-Rex. Let's see, was that any good? Will it die? Will I get credit from killing it with fire? I should do in theory, right? Just land here quickly. Oh no, you healed, you cheeky little bugger. Okay, fine, I guess. Yep, you do get credit from it being on fire. Fantastic. Oh, this dragon's beautiful though. Like, the emerald color and the green fire is so nice. So like I said, the green fire is actually a color region. So if you're taming lots of different dragons, or if you're color breeding, you can actually change the color of their fire breath as well, which is really, really cool. A good hunt, the dragon grows more trusting. It is giving me that pop-up every single time I kill something. Now, as you can imagine, the larger your dragon is, the more you have to kill and the more bond that you have to generate with it. But thankfully, even with the hardest dragons, the higher level ones, or the higher quality ones, you do have 35 minutes. Unworthy prey. Oh, that was interesting. I wonder what the unworthy prey is. Probably the babies? Oh. Too much damage taken, the dragon is displeased. Oh no! Oh, I'm losing bond strength. Oh, right. Yeah, so like I said, you can't just face tank it, you actually have to deal damage carefully. Don't let your poor guy get too damaged, otherwise it will become quite upset. I wonder what the bad hunt was. That's very interesting. Oh, my bond strength has returned to 100%. Oh, good, okay. So where I'm still getting more good hunts and worthwhile kills, it is regenerating my bond strength. I want to say that's probably taming effectiveness. So the 59% is my affinity, my actual progress to taming it, and the bond strength is probably my effectiveness. That's really cool, actually. And this is a wild creature, just like a culture. So whenever I harvest corpses, it does heal my dragon as well. Alright then, bit by bit, we are making progress. Let's see if I can find any bigger. Oh, it's a giga. Oh, it's a 32 giga. Oh no! Don't bleed. Don't bleed. Well, it was a level 25 juvenile. Oh, that was unfortunate. Oh, an ancient zaldrir dragon level 36. Oh, but it's so fast though. Alright, don't want to try and wait for this guy to fall asleep. Imagine that. Oh, he is huge and so fast. God, what a badass thing. Oh, it's gone to sleep. Okay. There's a couple of bad creatures nearby, but thankfully sleeping dragons do not aggro wild creatures. It has refused me. Insist at my own risk. Okay, so the bigger the dragon, the greater a chance it has to refuse you outright, but let's just go see what that entails anyway. Let me just kill this saber-tooth first. Oh, okay. It seems aware of me. That's kind of scary, not gonna lie. Oh, but it's gone back to sleep. Set everything to passive. Hi. Are you gonna tolerate me? Ancient zaldrir dragon. And otherwise, yeah, okay, no. So I can't do anything to it then. Oh my god. Oh, look at you though. Oh, there you go. Ancient zaldrir dragon does not want to be tamed right now. So whenever it refuses to, it takes about 5 minutes until it will just try again, essentially. So hopefully, you know, not too many tries. Ah, it's refused me again. Oh, damn. You big meanie. Oh, hold on. Oh yeah, it's got like such a big, like, angry animation. It really does acknowledge you at first, doesn't it? Look at that, it's so grumpy looking. Oh, you look amazing. But then, I think... Oh. Shakes his head in disapproval. And, yep, there you go, just goes straight back to sleep again. So now it'll fall asleep and remain asleep for another 5 minutes. Well then, as much as I'd really love to show you the whole taming method, a lot of these dragons just really don't like me. I think it's because I keep trying to go for high level ones and I don't have a lot of time. If I just went for a low level one and saw it to the end, it would have been fine, but I'm on single player today and you know how single player spawns are. You know how I feel about them. So here is a tamed adult one, the tier 3, the middle one, and this one came in really beautiful colors. Can I just say, like, I did not like admin go on that. That is just a random color set. That is beautiful. What colour is your fire? Blue fire! Oh, you are stunning! So yes, here is our adult zaldrir dragon, which, if we remember from before, has the gliding mechanic and the really beautiful just flying animation in general. Kami has done a couple little changes, some improvements to the animation, such as some better turning animations, as well as an actual death animation while flying, as previously they kind of just collapsed to the floor abruptly from mid-air, didn't they? Whereas now they have an actual flying death animation. My god, these things really are just absolutely stunning. Look at this gorgeous, gorgeous thing. Do a little bit of tacking to refresh ourselves on what these guys are like. Big fire damage, very destructive. Along with an awesome and frankly terrifying sprint animation on ground. Originally, at the very first iteration of this mod, it did use a lot of recycled wyvern assets or wyvern animations from the base game, but since then Kami had gone ahead and overhauled everything and made everything absolutely custom, which I gotta say really does show. My goodness, I just really can't get over just how good this feels to fly again. As you may have noticed in all my spotlights, I tend to use ground creatures because flying is very, very easy. If I'm gonna, you know, check out a new creature, I'm not just gonna cheese it, am I? I'm gonna try it with like an actual, you know, somewhat relatable experience, which is why I don't use flyers in a lot of my videos. And thus, I don't really use a zaldrir dragon as much as I really should, because this thing is just a work of art. It is pure quality. I guess there's a benefit to the fact that I don't use it every single time. It means I get to reappreciate it all over again from scratch. Oh, it's so good. So, while the latest patch has been all about the new taming mechanic, there are some other changes as well that have occurred over the last couple of months since my last video. One such change is that zaldrir dragons are no longer simply immune to fire damage. It now scales, especially depending on the tier and quality of the dragon itself. Checking out this Pyromain here, for example, which will do damage to my dragon. Let's go ahead then and just see what kind of a kicking I take now. Or I could just sit there and do nothing. Oh, there you go. It killed my dragon. Oh, wait, what? Okay, I don't think it's supposed to do that. Oh, God, I will report that as a bug. That does not seem right at all. That was really strange. You just straight up deleted it. Huh. I'll report that. But essentially what's supposed to happen is that the Zaldrir dragons will take scaling damage instead of just straight immunity. So tier 1s will take 25% reduced damage, tier 2s will take 35%, tier 3 adults take 45%, which clearly something very strange happened there. Tier 4 elders take 55% damage reduction, and tier 5 ancients will take 65% damage reduction. So the bigger and scarier your dragon, the more resistant it is to fire damage. So there's another new change to the Zaldrir dragon since my last video, and that was dimorphism based on their ages. So what I've done here now is I've gotten all 5 ages, all the same colour regions, that way, you know, nothing is distracting, they're all looking the exact same. I'm on the map Interluna for anyone wondering, because this is fantastic for showing things off in my opinion. And we're looking at all 5 of these. So, the middle one, the tier 3 adult, is what we remember from the past. This is basically the standard with all the same properties as the previous dragons before the updates that introduced these age changes, or the age differences. Now, if we look at the youngest one down here, this little baby tier 1. You can see its snout, if we compare like this, its snout is actually much shorter. It's a bit of an angle here, but even compared to the tier 2 one next to it, it's got a shorter snout and much larger eyes. And then the tier 2 young one between the adult and juvenile, that one, again, it has bigger eyes and a longer snout, longer compared to the juvenile, but still shorter compared to the adult. Then as we start to get to the bigger ones, this elder one's got smaller eyes comparative to its body, much longer snout, and then the ancient one, the biggest one, ish, has the smallest eyes and biggest snout compared to the ratio of the rest of its body. So nice little subtle, that was a really cool animation. I think I just took a dump. I just appreciated this dump animation. Okay. Yeah, I think it's a subtle change, but it's really nice. It's just that extra bit of character, especially as these guys are very expressive, as you can see there. The way it just snarled its teeth for a second then. Absolutely gorgeous creatures. Another thing as well, so on top of the facial changes based on their ages and their fire resistance, is the smaller ones, I'm quite certain or confident, the younger ones have less stamina and are, they're decently fast for their size, but aren't the fastest. Whereas the oldest one's got the greatest stamina, greatest stamina consumption, and just by far takes up the most distance whenever it flies around. So I think the large one might feel a bit small compared to its body size when you're actively flying, but you cover so much distance. Additionally, the fire damage dealt from the elder and ancient ones has also been buffed compared to all the younger ones. So these two deal more fire damage, they're more proficient with the fire breath. Now, a very important aspect to taming, which I did not quite mention earlier, was regarding the whole bonding strength. These guys, instead of getting any bonus levels, the bonding strength is essentially their imprint. So I was correct earlier when I figured that the actual taming bar was the taming bar, the affinity. And not necessarily effectiveness, but more so its imprint was the thing that you were scaling up with its bonding. And the reason for that is because the Zaldrir dragon can already spawn above the maximum level, just like regular wyverns. So just like regular wyverns, where you hatch their eggs, you don't get a level increase, you get an imprint. Same case here as well. You're just imprinting them rather than getting bonus levels, because they can already spawn higher. And that's the final update, is the config changes. So you know how I kind of just casually skipped taming one in the end because of the refusal rate? You can change those in the config, so don't you worry. You can change the chosen mechanic and the refusal chances in the config settings. You can also enable the old egg taming method if that is what you prefer, where you knock out an ancient and get a chance of an egg for a juvenile. You can switch back to that if you so prefer. And you can also toggle the ability to having alpha ones be tameable or not. So just like in the past, you do indeed get alpha Zaldrir dragons out and about in the wild. And same as before, oh hello raptor. So same as before, if you kill a alpha Zaldrir dragon, wow, that raptor's really on me. There we go. Just like before. So if you kill an alpha Zaldrir dragon, you'll get the black tooth, and when you feed the black tooth to your dragon at any age, it'll upgrade it. Now the alpha Zaldrir dragon, due to the fact that it's a config option to make them tameable, I'm gonna assume that perhaps you probably could do the whole sheep taming method. I'm not actually 100% sure on that. I've never tried it. I didn't even think to ask. Or otherwise, maybe you can just... Actually, you know what? Let's find out. Can you just Blacktooth upgrade your ancient one? Blacktooth. So like I said, you'd get these from killing a wild alpha one. Oh my god, you are massive. Yeah. So you'd get one from killing a wild alpha one. Let's see if we can use it on our tamed ancient. Okay, here we go. So I believe you just consume it. So you are an ancient. You've been given that. Are you going to upgrade? No, actually it didn't. Oh, that's interesting then. So I wonder... You are menacing. Bloody hell. Huh. Yeah, right, so I wonder then if you actually have to do it the proper way then, get these via sheep tame. I'm actually not sure about that one. Either way, it's a config option. I would assume that they're probably not tameable by default. I just force tamed one in, so that's kind of a different story. Right, otherwise then, I do believe that is everything covered. What an absolutely stunning creature. I cannot wait for the day that I have more time to actually play the game again, play the game properly. It's not just an instant little playthrough. I still plan to get back to that as soon as I can. Or to give me the opportunity to check out more of these creatures in a more, well, in even more organic environment than what I already tried to do. And really appreciate, you know, the actual grind, the actual acquisition, doing it all properly. I feel like getting an ancient dragon in an actual playthrough would be such an achievement and would feel so rewarding. I gotta try that one day, I really, really do. But unfortunately, until then, I will just be enjoying it in little bite-sized chunks like today. Thank you so much for watching, really hope you've enjoyed it, and again, thank you so much to Kami for all of the updates, all of the help, and all of the information. Been such a big help. Not to mention creating this amazing and clearly passionate mod in the first place. And for those who've asked in the past, by the way, this mod is actually free. So yeah, you can enjoy it anywhere. Alright then, thank you again guys, take care and have a wonderful day. Cheers.